We are in Chapter 7, Test Review. We might have done some of this in class, but this video is just to go over everything. Number 1, simplify m to the 5th to the 3rd. When you have a power raised to a power, you multiply, and your answer is m to the 15th. Your answer C. Number 2, I have 5 n's, I have 7 n's, so I have 12 n's. I have 6 r's, I have 4 r's, there I have 10 r's. We add our exponents. So power to power you multiply, multiplying we add. So our answer is A. Number 3, we bring in that 4. That's negative 2 to the first, but it's being multiplied to 4. So power to power we multiply, 8 times 2 to the first, which is to the second, 10th, 8. This becomes negative 2. Careful. You need to do negative 2 to the 4th. That's what we want. You have to use parentheses. If you don't, this is what's going to happen. They're taking 2 to the 4th and then negating it. We don't want that. So that's going to be a positive 16. I just like to rewrite it to keep my work neat. And then we multiply. 16 times 4 is 64. I have 8 x's and 10, so I have 18. I have 8 and 8, so it's 16. So your answer is C. The bottom one, I have 6 and then 3, so I have 3 on top. I have 6 and then 5. I have 1 on the bottom. I don't know why a negative is there, though. So we're just going to ignore that. That must be a typo. B. This top one, we're bringing in 3 to each term. So it's C to the 12th, W to the negative 6, Z to the 9th, W to the 6th. I'm going to move this negative to the bottom. So you have W to the 6th, W to the 6th. I'm going to go alphabetical first. I have 6 and 6W, so on the bottom I will have 12. And then 12 minus 9. It was bigger on top, so I leave it on top. That's going to be 3. Oh, goodness. I made an error. 3 squared is 6. So this is 6. So this is 6. My apologies. That is B. Okay. Number 7. 3 stays. N to the 5th goes. Y stays. N to the negative. If it's a negative exponent, it's moved and now it's positive. This was positive, so it stays. All right. Where it's bigger, we're keeping it. N, 5 minus 2 is 3. Y is bigger on the bottom, so we're keeping it. 3 minus 1 is 2. So our answer is C. Okay, number 8. Like I said, you could just put it all in the calculator, or 6.8 divided by 3.08 is this large number, 2.207792208. 7 minus minus is going to be a 9. So times 10 to the 9th. So because we can't write this all out, it shortened it to the nearest hundredth, which is fine. And you have C. So yes, when you have numbers like this, if you want to shorten it to the nearest hundredth, which would be a 1 because 7 is bigger than 5, that is sufficient. Next page. Number 9. Find the area of the following. Area equals 1/2. Base is 5c cubed d. And height. So area is your base. Your height is 8c squared d to the 4th. 5 times 8 is 40. Half of that. So we get 20. 3 c's, 2 c's, 5 c's. D to the 5th. Volume over here. Pi r squared. Your height is 3x squared. When I bring in that 2, that's 2 squared x squared, 3x squared, pi. This is a 4 times 3, and then we have x squared, x to the 4th. So we have pi 12 x to the 4th. So our final answer is 12 pi x to the 4th. Units, since we're talking about volume, cubed. Express the numbers in scientific notation. Okay, so I want to go smaller. It has to be between 1 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 times 10 to the 6th. I'm making it bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a negative. Here, we want to make it bigger. We're going to go to the right. But if it's negative, we're going to go to the left. So I'm going to put 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. So the number I'm going to have is 8,100. I'm going to the left 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3.9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's my number. If you left it like that, I wouldn't mark it wrong, but we could make it a lot lovelier. So there's 6 zeros that it's after. Here, it says the average distance Earth is from the sun is about this many miles, and the average distance from Mars to the sun is about this many miles. How many times as far is Mars from the sun as is Earth from the sun? So you see it's to the 8th. Okay, it's bigger. It says how many times as far is Mars from the sun? So Mars is going to go on top because it's bigger. And then Earth is on the bottom. Even though the 5 is bigger, this has more. And we divide. We're going to get 10 to the 1st. We don't like that. So we move it 1. Okay. It's about 3.1. 10 to the 2nd. So that's your answer B. All right. Next page. Evaluate. This is saying 4 to the 3rd square root. So it's saying what's the square root of 64? That's 8. If you're like, I wouldn't know how to do that, that's fine. Just use your calculator. 4 to the 3 divided by 2. 8. See? Same thing here. 81 to the 1/4. Get out of there. Plus 27 to the 2 divided by 3. Get out of there. 12. The cube root of 27 is 3. The square root, you could just do it. 4 to the 1/2 is 2. So your answer is 5. You could have put just all of that in your calculator. You didn't have to do it how I did it. Okay, I'm going to go to the math button. I'm going to go down to cube root 25. Okay, they don't give me a number because that's not what they're asking. It's equivalent to which one. So you could put all these in the calculator, see which one gives you this. Let's start with the first one, 25 to the 2/3. Nope. 5 to the 2/3. Yep. Bonus. This might be bonus on your test. The formula for the surface area of a cube is this, where the sides, okay, are the length of any sides. If all of your sides are this, then plug it in and find the surface area. So surface area is 6 times a cubed b squared. You're replacing your side with this. So I'm going to square a cubed to be a to the 6 and b squared. So it equals 6 a to the 6 b squared. The end. It says, what if the surface area of the cube is a is 3 and b is 4? So now you're going to replace it. So this is part A. Part B, you're going to replace a with 3 and b with 4. So when you type that all in, 6 times 3 to the 6 times 4 squared, you get 69984. And then surface area, so units squared. All right. Determine the product of two monomials. So the product is multiplication. What is 36 times 4? X to the third, x to the fourth is x to the seventh. Y to the fourth. Determine the quotient of the two monomials above. (36 divided by 4 is 9. I have 4 on the bottom. I have 3 on the top. Bigger on the bottom, so I subtract. Bigger on the bottom again, so I subtract. So product, multiplication, quotient, division, and now they're giving you a new monomial, and they said rewrite it in simplest form without negatives. 7,2 is positive, so it stays. Well, positive exponent, I should say. Negative exponent, so it goes. Positive exponent, so it stays. Here they want the quotient, so quotient is division. It says of 36x squared y squared and 72x negative y positive. Well, if I put this in the calculator, 36 divided by 72, enter. Hit the math button, fraction, enter, 1/2. Stays, stays, goes to the top, stays. These will simplify, and you're left with 1 over 2, 2x's, 3x's, 5x's. Okay, that's it. I went a little fast, but you can pause it. You can watch it again. You can ask me for questions. And this review is worth points, so make sure you get it in.